Right, good afternoon, learners. I just want to, in this video, very quickly reinforce to you and explain to you this concept of paying back loans and gearing and risk. It's a very common question, so I'm going to take some time to explain it here so that you can practice it, get to understand it, and then you can apply it to all future questions. First of all, in 23.5, you were asked to calculate the debt-equity ratio, which is the risk. Your non-current liability to your equity, and there you can see that it was 0.2. So you're actually a low risk company at this stage. Your debts are much lower than your equity. But the question that I really want to focus on, 23.6, says the business paid back 1.2 million of the loan this year. Now if you look amongst the information, you'll see that you've got a non-current liability here, 3.6 million last year, 2.4 million this year. So that's where you can see you've paid off the loan. Now the question is, was this a wise decision? Give a reason for your answer, and what advice would you give the business regarding loans in the future? Now, a question like this has got two components. The one is to look at the risk and to say that this company is a low risk company. But that's a narrow view on its own. What you've got to do is you've actually got to look at the return on total capital employed in the exercise. And you were given that here. Now it was 16.5% last year, and it's 15% this year. Now, that, first of all, there's been a decrease. So the paying off the loan has actually caused a decrease in your return, which is not good. But again, we can't stop at that point. You need to then compare it to the interest on the loans. And you were told that your interest on the loan is 12%. That means you're borrowing at 12% to get a return of 16.5% last year and 15% this year. So there's what we call positive gearing. You're utilizing this money in a positive way. It's costing you that, but you're getting a return of that. And that's what you want. You want positive gearing. Just take note of the terms. This company is lowly geared, different from gearing, geared, because they've borrowed a smaller amount than what the owner has put in. So it's a lowly geared company, low risk, but there's positive gearing. And so it's fine to have this loan. In fact, it probably wasn't a good idea to pay back this loan at all, because by paying back the loan, they've actually reduced the return, although they've still got positive gearing. Last year was a better situation. So in a question like this, when you answer it, you can say yes or no. No, it was not a good idea because, although they've got low risk, they've reduced the gearing. Secondly, you could have said yes, it is a good idea, but they've actually would have reduced the risk in the company and they've still got positive gearing. Going forward, well, they can look at seeing whether they want to pay off more loan, but what is the impact going to be? If this keeps reducing, they don't want to go below this. Maybe it would be a better idea to borrow again and reduce, to increase the amount of gearing that they got, to increase the return. So when you comment on a question like this, when anything to do with loans in the business, you need to know that you need to look at risk and the return. Put both of the figures down, and then from there come up with your comment. Say yes or no. Don't answer both because you'll be wasting time. So spend a bit of time getting this one sorted, because you're going to find lots more questions like this, and then you can get competent to actually handle these questions.